Video calls, are they something that fill you with dread? I don't know about anybody else, but I think this is a really big topic of conversation that I have with people. So part of the business that I operate in, we need to do a video call to do a startup with the person that we're bringing into the team. Obviously, if you're face to face with them, you don't put them on a video call. But if you're not there with them, they can be anywhere in the UK, then you need to do a video call just to be able to get them set up. So I wanted to put together a short video that gave you some tips and hints on how to get yourself more comfortable on that video call. You don't need to have the fear of God just because you need to go on a video call. It doesn't need to be hours long either. So here are some top tips to help you feel a little bit more comfortable. If you really don't like those video calls, then one of the recommendations that I would have is do your startup process largely on the telephone. Because you can have a really good conversation with somebody on the telephone. You can talk them through the basics of getting started, and you can do a video call just for the short pieces of checking the ID that you need to do, and then pop back on the telephone for the rest of the things. So there's a tip that I would give you if you're very much starting out, is don't think that you need to do an hour-long video call where you're just going to be sweating the whole way through it, dreading it and not enjoying it, because you want this person to feel as comfortable as possible, and that's going to happen by you being relaxed. So if you really do hate them, the first tip would be make them as short as possible until you feel more comfortable doing them. The other thing that I would say is the person that you're talking to is probably most likely going to feel just as worried about doing the video call as you are, if not more. So instead of worrying about how you feel, put your energy into putting that person at ease. Share with them that you don't like doing video calls either. Again, this is about being authentic. You know, saying to the person on the other end, I know, me too, is going to make them feel so much better. Make sure that you're smiling when you start that video call, even if you don't feel like it inside. It will put that person at ease. I think it's the more energy that you can spend focusing on making them feel more comfortable, the less energy that you can expend on how uncomfortable you feel. I think the other thing that really helped me when I first got started was realising that when I'm doing a video call on my phone, where you have the image of them and then you've got a box with an image of yourself in there, that you can move the image of yourself around. So one of the things that I do is move that image to the bottom of the screen because the camera is at the top. So I want to make sure that I'm looking at the camera at the top, and if I move my image to the bottom of the screen, then I'm looking at me less, because if I look at me, I get all these thoughts in my mind of like, oh my God, like you can see my double chin, what's my hair look like? Oh no, is that a spot coming up there? And that isn't going to help a person on the other side in the slightest. So moving that image out of the way, you can in some apps and on some phones get rid of your image completely, so you can't even see it, but I do like to have it on the screen so that I make sure that the other person can see me, because if I can't see it, then there's a risk that like could be what they're looking at, which isn't going to help. So I do like to have it on there so that I know that I am in shot, and they can at least see me. But I then focus on looking at the camera lens and looking at the person that I'm talking to make me feel more and more like I'm having a conversation with somebody, that they're actually there and I'm talking to them, getting me outside of my head and anything that I might be thinking about. And the other tip that I wanted to share was have a think about where would be a really good place for you to do your video calls. It really doesn't matter where you are, if I'm honest with you. I've done them in all sorts of weird and wonderful places, from the car to the supermarket to hanging out the washing. I've done them in all sorts of different places, but I think when you get started you want to feel as comfortable as possible. So perhaps think of somewhere in your home that you can go that doesn't look too cluttered, that has some really good lighting. You want the lighting to be in front of you, not behind you. and somewhere where you can sit really comfortably or stand comfortably, whatever is more relaxing for you, that you don't have to think about these things when you're doing the video call. So you've kind of done an advanced thought, right, actually, if I put my chair here, the window's in front of me, I've got some good lighting, I've got somewhere to write things down from the video call, I've got a pen and a piece of paper ready. All of those things will help you to be more relaxed on that video call, so you're not having to think of those things while you're helping that person get set up. So give these tips a go. I hope that you start to feel a little bit more relaxed about doing these video calls, and remember, the person on the other side is probably feeling more uncomfortable than you are. You're there to guide them on this journey and make them feel more comfortable. So the more you focus on that, I think the more relaxed that you'll be. Good luck, and I hope to see from you soon. Bye.